Hello, I believe I am live already. I'm trying a new way to make this work. And this new way apparently doesn't capture my camera, but you're not looking for the camera. Here we are looking for the boards. So let me share my screen here, in which we will see the boards for the 8 weekly free. Sorry about the mess, but this is getting solved. So the bridge base is here. And I think I'll keep it that way until we reach 9:40. And just as a reminder, this is a live stream of the BBO's weekly free instant tournament. This is a tournament, a match point tournament, in which you play 8 boards against robots, comparing yourselves with other human players. And the idea here, I think that you can get most instruction from this exercise if you play the boards already before watching this live stream, which will be posted on the Facebook group Develop Bridge Skills. So my advice is go play tournament. You can find it here under the Solitaire tab and Bridge Base Online. This is all in Portuguese, but it's the same button in your screen, regardless of your language. The weekly free instant tournament, you can find it here. This tournament is updated every Friday. And so it will remain the same tournament, the same cards throughout the week. So you can, throughout the coming week, you can play the boards and then watch the recording of this live stream and compare your own reasonings and thoughts to mine, which I will explain as best as possible as the tournament proceeds. So just wait one more minute. I like to be on time for this, at least according to my clock. It's still 1 minute to 9:40 EST, which is the time that I promised we would start this today. And what else can I say to distract the audience for the next minute? I don't have anything to say. So without further ado, let's start perhaps a little bit earlier. I don't know if I think that for the next week, for sure, I will have to put this link to the Zoom meeting. I'm doing this live stream now through Zoom rather than through the Facebook live studio, live engine. And I think this will be better, but I'll have to put the link for the Zoom in the post that reminds you of this live stream. It's a work in progress. Anyway, here we go. We have 17 high card points. This is a tough hand. 17 high card points, and the opponents are not making it easy for us. They are opening with a weak 2 spades. And we have to do something, first of all. We can't be passive with a hand so big, because the likelihood of game is substantial. But we have basically 2 alternatives here, and neither is appealing. To overcall 3 hearts with a very, very, very weak suit such as this is not appealing. And this can be our final contract if partner is not even weak, but with a mediocre strength and short in hearts, a hand that we can make 3 little trumps in. And conversely, the other possibility is double. And double will probably hide the 5th heart forever. We won't be able to show our 5th heart. And we won't be able to show our strength either, because even playing the convention called Lebenssoul, which is the system of the robots, in which North can show some values, we won't know whether these values are adequate for game or not. We have only one spade stopper and one stopper that's not really quite amenable to being ducked. But we have to pick one of the options. I have already picked mine, of course, before this paragraph began. And my own instinct, tempered by years of experience here, is to bid the hearts, not to double. Because I think that our best hope of game is finding partner with a moderate heart fit, which is odds on, because even in the absence of any bidding, when you have a 5-card suit, there are 8 cards missing. So the expectation is that the suit will be divided 3-3-2 among the 3 opponents, the three other players, including the central opponent, your partner. And therefore, it's a little bit more likely that he has 3 than 2. But that's in the absence of bidding. When East bids 2 spades, the likelihood that I'll catch North with 3 or more hearts becomes even higher. And I think that our best shot is for us to get a hand in which North can raise. But we do this with internal trepidation, of course. At the table, I would have bid this much more quickly and confidently, and without not really any assurance that this will go well. Now, when they double, now that we have more information here, first we know that double hearts are stacked against us. This is a penalty double, and perhaps unwise because North is taking it out, so he's probably short in hearts. And if this were if this were imps, I would certainly bid 5 clubs, because it's very likely that partner has something like 6 clubs to the king, something like that, and a single heart and a queen of spades. This is perhaps enough for us to game, and then putting a very weak hand opposite. And I don't like to miss games at imps, but in match points, I think that we are already doing okay by just by playing clubs. And so I'll pass. Well, 5 clubs, 3 no trumps is an excellent contract, but it's hard to bid. And 5 clubs, we have 2 quick losers, a heart and a spade, and perhaps we will be able to establish a discard for North's 3rd diamond. So we have the possibility of 11 tricks. We have 10, right? Very easy 10 tricks. I don't know, easy, perhaps clubs are 4-0, but if clubs are not 4-0, we can rough a spade in them with an ace of clubs if needs be. That is 6 clubs plus 1 rough, 7, plus ace, king of diamonds, and the ace of spades. That's 10. So let's do this while also trying to develop our hearts. There's a slight chance of a heart over rough. But no, we won the 10 of hearts. These things sometimes happen. It's quite surprising. Now let's test clubs. No, let's not test clubs yet. If clubs are 4-0, we are about to pay the price for it. Now we can test clubs after roughing a heart, perhaps. Now that's interesting, huh? How are hearts divided that allowed me to win the 10 of hearts? Of course, West doesn't have ace, king, jack, does he? And he ducked the heart with ace, king, jack. It's not clear to me what's going on. So in any case, let's test our clubs here. And we need 1 spade rough high. He discarded a heart. It's intriguing. Can it be that as ace, king, jack, 5th? Looks like it. It's apparent to look like it. I'll draw trumps. I'm already ahead with this board, and I'll lose a diamond. The 10 of hearts was already a surprising. Yes, he's King Jack 5 of hearts. So that was, as you can see, a very good board, even though we missed the best contract, which is 3 no trumps. And that's one aspect of match points that we must keep in mind. We don't have to aim for perfection. We have to aim for reasonable scores, and that was a reasonable score. Anyway, deal number 2. We have 11, 5, 4, 3, 1. The spades are terrible, but I think it's very bad bridge for you to pass with 3 quick tricks, ace, king, and ace. I would open here even if my hand were 4, 4, 3, 2. With a 5, 4, 3, 1, it's even clearer to bid. And so I have no hesitation. And of course, now I have to raise the spades. I have a very good hand for raising spades, but not good enough to jump. It's interesting how the hand becomes better as a spade raise than as part of a plan to bid spades. Anyway, now we are at risk of losing 3 hearts, a club and 3 spades, a club and a heart. And there's nothing we can do to avoid that, basically. And perhaps our best shot is really to keep drawing trumps as quickly as possible, because they can't really, the main danger of a 6th trick that we may lose is a diamond draw. If we try to establish clubs, for instance, to discard hearts, we don't have time for that. They will win the ace of clubs and the hearts, and then perhaps they will establish a diamond rough. So we have to lead trumps as quickly as possible. We have all of them apart from ace, king, queen. So even if north rough something with a honor, let's say, then he still has the 7 to draw the last trump. So now if trumps are 4-1, we may get some trouble here, but this is unlikely, and indeed it is not the case. Now we'll lose only the ace of clubs and the ace of spades. We can claim the hand right now. As soon as we win the trick, we will lose another trump. There's only 1 trump missing now. An ordinary board. We got close to average because we were 90s, high 90s. Now we're in 75, close to average. Anyway, now we have a 14 high card point and good spades, very clear, 1 spade opening bid. Now we have an interesting situation here, because the 5, 4, 3, 1 is a very, very interesting distribution. If I get a good fit opposite, club shortness, heart honors, we can even have a game, even though we have only 14 and partner offered a minimum raise. That said, the odds of all this happening are very low, especially when it's just doubling and he's vulnerable versus not. So he's offering a serious challenge to the ownership of the hand here. And the main thing that we should be worried about is whether we should bid 3 spades over 3 diamonds, which is the more likely continuation. And how can we get partner involved in that? I think our hand is barely good enough for a redouble. As I played, I don't know how the robot would interpret it. Value showing 16, 22. We have 14, but I would like to defend 3 diamonds if partner can double it. If not, I will bid 3 spades. So let's encourage partner to double 3 diamonds. No? Well, that appears good to us because we have very high hopes of winning 2 spades with this dummy. And indeed, we are losing two aces. We have a discard in the king of diamonds for a heart. We can't lose more than 2 spades and perhaps a trump, a club rough. So even if we get very, very unlucky with spades 5-0, I think we won't go down here. But perhaps we will. Apparently, we will after diamond to the ace and another rough. Who knows? Not much that we can do here. Besides, because the risk is that we lose this ruff, 2 more trumps, 2 aces, that's 5, and a heart. Okay, that's the main risk here. If trumps are 5-0, I don't think we can avoid that. But if they are 4-1, we can. By discarding a heart in dummy's club, as West ruffs with 3, he'll make 3 trumps. That will have time to establish the discard. But the alternative is to win in hand and establish a discard. Let's say we win in hand, lead a diamond. It's the same thing. We'll have an entry to dummy. And the king of hearts to discard a heart. It's all the same. But I would like to lead a diamond from dummy. That's what's nagging me. I would like to lead a diamond from dummy to slip past the ace, because he should have the ace. But this is already too weak. He should have a void in spades, right? He has only the ace, jack of diamonds, ace of clubs, queen, jack of hearts. He should have the aces, a void in spades. I don't think we'll make this. But we'll have to go through the motions anyway. So let's win in hand. Well, the queen is interesting. It shows that West should have the jack. But still bad news for us, because apparently the spades are 5-0. We'll give a club rough, I suppose. Yeah. Now we have our discard. And if trumps were 4-1, we'll make. If not, we'll lose two more trumps. Yes, 2 more trumps to them. Going down 1. That's certainly not a big result for us. But not so bad either. We are still 63. Wow, very interesting hand here. We have to explore for a heart game or a diamond slam. So let's begin by showing our hearts. Of course, the opponents are bidding spades. We have to foresee this very likely occurrence. But now that we know that we have a 9-card heart fit, partner's raise shows 4, we are very, very close to slam. But how to avoid is a very powerful holding. If you construct some minimum hands for partners, such as, let's say, queen, jack of hearts, ace of diamonds, and king of clubs. That's it. That's a 10 high card point that makes slam easily. I have to judge whether I have enough to go to the 5 level in pursuit of this slam or not, and I think I do. So, 4 spades, with my own inclination is always to try to show the voids, but this is not clearly a void for the robot. Should be for me, but it's not for the robot. So nothing. I think that's the best bid, regardless of how the robot interprets it. Now I'll just show 2 key cards, because then I have to show my void twice. 2 key cards without a queen. Well, in imps, perhaps I would push a little bit with the queen, but here I'll let partner do the pushing, if that is the case. And he didn't. Perhaps we're missing a queen. Yeah. A good stop, because we don't want, this is not a very nice game and a very nice slam. But at least the play is easy, right? We know that West has bid 1 spade with queen, jack of spades, should have the ace of hearts. There's no question of playing a heart to the king here. And just to hope that the queen is on side, and it is. Now we'll make 12 tricks, which is bad news, because some will be bidding this slam. We were one queen of trumps away from the slam. I decided to not push, pretend that I had a queen of, knowing that we had 9 trumps. But then again, that's a new deal for us now. 13 high card points with a nice heart suit. Partner's a passed hand. Doesn't look like we'll get much higher except if he has a heart fit. But now we have to raise spades. And we have a very good hand for raising spades. If partner were not a passed hand, I would certainly jump to 3 spades. Partner being a passed hand here, the balanced nature of my hand is still, I would not jump. I would prefer a third trump. I don't know if 2 diamonds would be properly interpreted. Yes, it would. So 2 diamonds is perfect. So support for spades and a good hand. That's what I have. 3 clubs. 3 clubs. It's not excellent news for us. He should be short in hearts, though. Has 3 no trumps in play. 9 tricks only. He has something like the ace of spades and the ace of clubs, something like that. We have 5 spades. He has 5 spades for sure, by the way. 5 spades, ace, king, and ace, and perhaps a diamond stopper. That's 9. I think I talked myself into it. The fact that he has something in clubs, I don't expect to rough too many clubs here. But the main consideration is the shortness in hearts, because they are not beating diamonds. West didn't raise diamonds, so partner should have something in diamonds as well. So I think 3 no trumps perhaps is even safer than 3 spades. But partner had other thoughts. Let's see. We're losing 3 high cards. And he did well. He did well to take it off. He had 6 spades. He had a hand with which I would have opened 1 spade, incidentally. Well, we have 5 spade tricks, ace, king, and ace, 8, 1 diamond we can establish. That's 9. And we need a 10th trick. Some risks here. I would like to be able to rough a club. Safely. I don't know if I will be able to do that. I should have decked that club. Play too fast. Let's try to do something with the hearts. Okay. Now we have a reasonable chance of establishing hearts. And now, since we had 23 high card points, can the ace of diamonds be with West? Can it be? Well, regardless of whether, let's check it out. I don't know if I could play this a middle spade to the jack and let the 10 of hearts run. Doesn't look like a good play. I'll check it out. No. Okay, now I probably can make it by forcing East to win that club so that I can rough the club in dummy safely. So that was a close escape after a misplay at trick 1. Now we can play. Clubs 5-3. Let's play this one with more care. 13 high card points, balanced hand. We open in our more suitable minor suit. Partners double shows the majors. And so we have to confirm our spade fit. It is a cardinal sin to not find your major suit fits. And 3 hearts here We have a spade fit for sure, but perhaps he has 5 hearts. Now they are vulnerable, and we have a balanced hand without aces. It's not really comfortable for us to bid on. The main question should be whether we should double them or not. I don't think we have enough to double. F0 tricks, perhaps. I'll let partner do the talking if there is any talking to be done. I don't have anything extra, right? Well, the ace of diamonds in them is great news for us. So apparently we will defeat this, apparently. The Declarer has the ace of clubs and the queen jack of diamonds. We can do the very quick math. We had 13 high card points. Dummy has 9. That's 22. 18 for the others. They are probably roughly well divided. 9, 9, 10, 8. Not much more than that. 11, 7 at the most, I would expect. And 6 diamonds in West because he rebid diamonds free over 2 spades. I'd expect him to have 6 diamonds. That is the case. Partner has a 3 suitor, short in diamonds, 4 clubs, 4 spades, and either 4-4 in hearts and clubs or 5 hearts and 3 clubs. They are all possible. Now, we, of course, are going to make this. And one thing we don't want to mess with hearts. The Declarer has 2 or 3 hearts, 1 spade only, 6 diamonds, and 3 or 4 clubs. The right play here, best play for the defense, is clearly trumps. But I wonder if we should lead a low spade to help partner understand what's going on. But he knows. I already bid spades. I have to help anything. I just have to take out dummies, trumps, and check. Yeah, 6 diamonds. Just verifying our information. Going to rough a few things. Now, I don't want to lead a spade right now because I want partner to perhaps have an exit in spades. Let's force the Declarer to roughing dummy. Partner is showing 3 clubs. I think the Declarer will be able to force all of us to have. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Now we'll cash the heart tricks. And the hand is over. Down 2. Might have double that. I had 0 tricks. And partner had, well, an ace and a king. It's not that easy. I think we did well by pushing them to 4 diamonds anyway. 14 high card points. This is the kind of hand that is often pushed towards the 1-0 trump range, 15 to 17. And let me be a little aggressive here. The 10s and 9s are in the wrong spots. I would like them to be in spades, but let's do it. Okay, now they are bidding. They have the majors. And so we had apparently a few reasonable choices here. 2 diamonds shows the majors, by the way, just so it's clarified. The Declarer should be short in spades. I think I'll lead a trump. That's the usual lead against 2 suitors in many cases. Not all, but in many cases. One other alternative when you're long in trumps is trying to shorten the Declarer, but here it doesn't look, I don't have enough of a minor suit length to shorten him in any way. I'll have to play spades at the end. So let's lead a trump. Apparently that's a good lead because it's very likely going to cross rough a few things here and there. I think partner has a single and ace of hearts. And so the Declarer will make 2 roughs in his hand. trumps in dummy, that's 6. And who knows what will happen in clubs. Partner can have the ace of clubs. He would have bid something with 2 aces, I think. But I don't need to keep a spade loser at this end. Now he lost a spade rough. And I'll make these 3 tricks and he'll make the ace of clubs. But that was a good ending for us. Make a few interesting tricks. If I had opened 1 club, perhaps we might have gone to a club part score, but I think that's fine. And we have another 15 high card point. This is a hand that more people will open 1 or trumps. But I'm not in love with those jacks. I will do it, but I don't know which is the strongest hand, this or the prior one. And in any case, here we go to 3 no trumps. Partner has 11, so we have 26. 26 high card points. 4 diamond tricks. 3 club tricks, 7. We are going to make at least 1 heart trick after this lead. That's only 8. But the heart lead is apparently from 4 cards. It's the lowest card out. Let's see how we can have enough time to establish our spade tricks. And that is a threat that will force them to establish their heart tricks. Well, they didn't. So now we have 9 tricks, 4 diamonds, and they have 4 tricks. We have 9 tricks. So that's now a claimer. This hand is not really interesting. And that was today's live stream. Let's wait for the result. 74, quite good. Had some lucky breaks here and there, but not too many. We did miss. Let's look at the history here. We did miss the slam, right? So the worst board here was the 2 spades redoubled. Very surprising, catching spades 5-0 behind us. But this one here is perhaps a little bit surprising that we scored so well that so many people did not lead trumps, because it was rather, let's look at the leads. It was rather clear to read. After 1 club, the bidding is very similar, that people are looking at the diamond enticing configuration instead of thinking about the whole hand. See, diamond. Everybody has similar. Okay, it didn't lead a trump, but led a club. Leading a trump should be in the repertoire of everybody who's facing a 2-suitor. That's perhaps the most instructive deal of today. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you on next Friday. Bye-bye.